Welcome everybody to another episode of Joey's Garage. I'm Joey and this is my garage. Today I'm going to continue my product testing of engine flushing treatments. Last time I did the Gunk engine flush and the results turned out pretty well. At least I thought so. But after viewing a lot of the comments and suggestions that you guys left, I decided why not try and make it better. So today I'm going to be testing Liqui Moli. This was another one of those engine flushing treatments that are sold commercially, and it comes highly recommended. So I figured why not give it a try. So if you want to see the results and if you think you can have any suggestions, leave them in the comments below. But let's go ahead, get under that car and out of this hot garage. Alright, so step one, I already got the vehicle up on ramps. I found this to be the best for changing the oil because it kind of puts it in an incline, and so the engine will roll down into the drain plug. So next, I'm going to go ahead and start up the vehicle, let it run just a couple minutes just to warm up the engine oil. That way it'll flow a little bit better, and I can go ahead and take a sample and see exactly what the engine oil looks like before I add the engine flush, and then we'll be able to check out how it does afterwards. So first things first, let's go ahead and start up this vehicle. Alright, so as you see, it's about 64,000 miles on the vehicle. As I said, I do a lot of oil changes on it. I keep it up to date, so let's see how the engine oil looks once I flush it out. Alright, so the engine has ran for about 5 minutes now, and as you can see, it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm under the vehicle for the first time now. I'll be up and down probably 3 or 4 more times, I'm guessing, changing the oil on this. But so this is the first time. I ran the engine 5 minutes. I'm going to change the oil. There's no product, nothing like that inside. And then that way when I do run the engine flush on it, I'll be able to see exactly what it looks like after running that engine flush. So right now, I'll go ahead and I'll loosen up and get a sample of the oil, what it looks like before the engine flush and before the fresh oil. I'll come back, change it again with the engine flush in it, and then change it again and again. I think about, 3 or 4 times. Who knows? But so, under the vehicle, let's do it. First time oil change. So I got the oil drain plug loose. Go ahead and get that ready. And this is going to be the first engine oil change, or just the oil change. Grab some. There we go. So first oil change. As I said, I'll be on here for a while, so I got a good sample. We'll go ahead and put fresh oil in it once it drains. And of course for this one I will be doing the engine filter, the oil filter also. That way I can have a fresh one when I'm doing these tests. So I'm just going to wait for it to let it drain, put in some new oil, and we'll try out the product. So one viewer suggestion that I had was exactly to see what happens when you add the product to regular engine oil. So that's what I'm going to do right here. So let's see what happens. First we'll go ahead and open this up. As you can see, brand new. So we'll add this into here, and that's exactly what it looks like. See, it's just kind of a, I don't know. And then we're going to add in some engine oil. And see what happens. Mix it up. And there we go. So it mixes well. It mixed right in with that engine oil. And it's not separating so far, but we'll let it sit and see what happens. But that's exactly what happens when you add in the product to some oil. So the first oil change is done now. Next, I'm going to go ahead and add fresh oil into it, and then I'm going to add the product. We'll run it for the 5 minutes as directed and drain the oil again and see how it looks. So first things first, I'm going to go ahead and add in some oil. So now that the engine oil is in, it's nice and fresh, next is going to be the liquid moly. And just as the directions state, I'll let the engine run for 10 minutes, change the oil again, and see what it looks like. Alright, so I'm ready. Liquid moly's in, fresh oil. Let's let it run 10 minutes and see if it works. So it's been running for 10 minutes as the directions state with fresh oil and also the liquid moly inside. So hopefully it has flushed out any gum, gunk, any sludge, anything like that. There shouldn't be too much, like I said, because I change the oil pretty frequently, but it has about 63,000 miles on it. So let's go ahead and pull off the drain plug and see what the engine oil looks like. Alright, so I got the oil changed again for the second time. This time it ran through with fresh oil and also the liquid moly to flush out the engine. I'm going to put in new oil. I'll drive it around for a little bit, do a couple errands just so I can get that oil circulating, and then we're going to see what the oil looks like. So, and you noticed I use Supermobile Plus or high mileage type of stuff for this type of engine. It's just because on my truck, and then also on the scooters and ATVs, I use the Royale heavy-duty diesel oil. But that's because I don't use them as often. It sits kind of a little bit more. It's more for a low RPM type of application, I guess you can say. And also it has a longer life because, as I said, the truck, it sits there most of the time. I use my scooter or ATV. So anyway, so I'm going to fill this up. I'm going to drive this around for about half an hour, go do a couple errands. I'm going to come back and change the oil again. So let's get to it. Keep it rolling. Let me just add, it is a hot day. I don't know if you can see that. I am sweating. I think it's about 90 degrees in the garage. Yeah, 90 degrees in the garage. About, geez, maybe 100 or so. As I said, it's another hot South Texas day. So hope you're enjoying it. So I put about 10 miles on the vehicle with the fresh oil, and now I'm under the vehicle again to get just a sample of the oil, what it looks like. And I did that, and here we go. I just got a little bit just so I can see what the oil looks like after the 10 miles. Now from here, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try something else. So let's go up top and I'll show you what I'm going to do. Now I'm back in my garage, and it is hot if you cannot tell. I cannot tell you enough. It's hot. That's why I'm down to a tank top. So I got some results and I'm pretty happy with them. The liquid moly ran through the system and I got some pretty good results. Looks like it cleaned out. I'm not sure yet, but one of the other suggestions that I got was what happens if you flush it again. So boom, I got the battle of the flushes. I got this one over at the O'Reilly's Auto Parts. That's the one I used before, just the Gunk Motomatic that I used, and it was about $2. And this, $10. So which one is better? And is this going to work just as well as the other one? Now, when I did this one, I did notice that it was more clear and more kind of liquidy, kind of like mineral spirits. And that was one of the suggestions for a motor flush, is just use mineral spirits. It's cheaper than actually one of these products. And this one that I use often is more like a ATV or ATF, you know, the automatic transmission fluid. So which one's better? Let's find out. So I got the sample of the fresh oil after the flush, and it looks alright. It went about 10 miles. Doesn't look too bad. So I'm going to throw in some of the Motomatic Flush and see if it turns black, see if I can get any gunk out of it. So that's what I'm going to do now. So let me put this in, run it for 10 minutes just like the other one, and let's see what the oil looks like. So similar to last time, I have fresh oil right here and then the Motomatic. So now when I add this, we're going to see what happens to it. And as you can see, it was a very reddish, like I said, almost like a automatic transmission fluid. And mix it up, and there we go. See, no reaction to it. It does mix up pretty well. It doesn't kind of separate, and there we go. So that's how my opinion is with it. Automatic transmission fluid, and the other one is more like a mineral spirit. So let's go ahead, we'll add it in, and we'll run the engine for 10 minutes. So I'm ready for flush number 2 with the Gunk motor flush. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in, run it for 10 minutes just as directed, and we'll see what kind of results I get. So let's keep rolling. It's hot. And I am back under the vehicle. This is going to be oil change number 3. I let the Motomatic motor flush run through, and we're going to see what kind of results I got. So same as last time, I'll go ahead and drain it and see what the oil looks like. So let's go ahead and do that. Right now, I can already tell you, I'm very surprised. You're going to be shocked with these results. Stand by. So the results are in, and I'm shocked with the results. Instead of me talking about them right now, let's go over that way and take a look. So this is the results of my test of Liqui Moly and Gunk motor flush. So to start out, this was the engine oil for about 2,000 miles. I changed the oil, and this is what it'll look like. Then I added the Liqui Moly and mixed it together. This is what it looks like mixed together inside the engine. And after running it for 10 minutes as directed, this is the results. Now I changed the oil and ran it for about 10 miles, about half an hour, going out doing some errands. And then I used the Gunk motor flush. This is it mixed together. As you can see, this is more like an automatic transmission fluid compared to this one, which the Liqui Moly was more like a mineral spirits. Ran it for 10 minutes as directed to flush the engine, and this was the result. And that was the shocking and surprising that I found, that these two, the 10 miles and the extra motor change or the oil change, look just about the same. So from there, I can pretty much guess, in my opinion, the Liqui Moly did a really good job of cleaning out the engine, as you can see. Because you can come here at this one, change it, flush again, it looks clean. So that wraps up another episode of Joey's Garage. As I said, I'm Joey, and you're here in my garage. I really am excited about the results I got with this motor flush. I'm surprised and shocked. I mean, yes, the Liqui Moly is about $10. It's about twice as expensive as the Gunk Motomatic, but it did a really awesome job compared to my last video with the Motomatic, where it looked like it cleaned it out, but it looked like there's still some stuff left in there. But this Liqui Moly, it cleaned out that engine, and it stayed clean. So I don't know, I may have to switch over. I mean, it's more expensive, like I said, compared about twice. The Liqui Moly's $10, Motomatic's about $5, $4, but it looks like it does the job really well. As I said, I'm surprised. So with that, I'd like to thank everybody for your suggestions, your comments, all the videos, or comments on the videos. And if you thought I did a good job, you thought I did a crappy job, if you have any comments, post them on this video. Tell me what I did wrong. I'll do it and I'll change next time because I want to get this right. So with that, as I always say, keep two wheels on the road and drive safe.